I'm a boring narcissist. My life revolves around me being very patronizing and explaining things to people. Hi, I'm the explainer archetype. I need to be constantly explaining things to you, and, well, basically every conversation I have is like reciting a syllabus of a course that I just took.
My time! My time!
Let's see what we're working with here. Now, this is a great genre of thing I wouldn't have known existed if it wasn't for social media, but the Gremlins, new batch, types of LGBTQ people, they have to get their haircuts from haircut people. They go to the Gremlin salon, and they get weird, crazy, fucked up haircuts that look like shit. They're like, hi, can you make me look like the clown from the Terrifier series? And the gay trans person is like, of course I can. I've done that haircut 4 times today. Of course I can make you look like a terrifying mutant. Here we go.
To waste an opportunity. We'll be cutting off some hair.
And they all have a
memories,
hook.
Hair holds our past.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep it to yourself, or you can say it out loud if you'd like to share. But I want you to just call to mind something you want to let go of, something that no longer serves you. And I want to kind of incorporate all of that stuff in here. We'll sweep it up, and it'll stay with me, so you don't
Stay with me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
Have you
love
close
that.
Your eyes. Have you take a deep breath
I love
in,
that.
Hand out. Deep
Oh
breath
my
in.
God,
My
thank
hands are
you.
coming to your
I love that. My entire personality is built around trauma and not being able to get over it. I believe I have something in my brain called a chemical imbalance, which isn't proven by science, even though I'm a fuck yeah science person who trusts the science. I actually believe in pseudoscience, and I love the chemical imbalance thing. I say that to people all the time, even though it doesn't exist. It makes me dependent on medication that was made in an MK Ultra lab in Langley somewhere that I have to get on. That make me actually even crazier. I love talking about trauma. I'm the type of person that goes to therapy and gets worse and then tells people, actually, that means it's working. Oh, me? No, I went to therapy and it got worse, but it's supposed to get worse before it gets better. No, that's how that works. When someone's helping you, actually, things get a lot worse before it gets better, and that means you're putting in the work. I'm not just a weird, solipsistic narcissist who's been gazing into a mirror for so long now. I'm turning myself into the clown from the Terrifier series. That's not what's going on here. It's actually just, it's my trauma. No, but seriously. Guys, no, but seriously. In terms of these people, what do you want from me, man? These people were just raped into oblivion by their stepdad, and this is the remains. Have mercy on these people. Have mercy on them. But we are gonna watch them and make fun of them a little bit, because we make fun of not because we hate them, just because we make fun of everybody. And I'm gonna say a quick prayer. A quick Vedic prayer, which were also the last words of David Lynch that he said on his meditation thing. May everyone be happy. May everyone be free of disease. May auspiciousness be seen everywhere, and may suffering belong to no one. Peace. Okay, now let's make fun of this Mogwai that got fed after midnight.
shoulders and out. One more deep breath in. Let it all go now. Let your breath return to normal. Today, as we let go of whatever we're going to let go of, I want you to leave it here with me, knowing that I will take care of it. I will get rid of it so that you can start living.
Your trauma's
today,
actually
tomorrow,
stored in your
and
hair.
every day. It's yourself fully, authentically you. One more deep breath in and out. You can open your eyes, come back to the here and now. I don't want to waste an opportunity. We'll be cutting off some hair. Hair holds memories. Hair holds our past.
Mm-hmm.
no idea what that means. Literally, no. You sound like the same batshit right-wing people who are like huffing carbon dioxide on the stream in the name of rape. You sound exactly like them. The same people you mock, you're saying the same exact weird pseudo-scientific shit. Like men's DNA enters the vagina of the woman from her past sexual partners and then enters her brain and then is passed on into the baby. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just as it's some sort of convenient, like, snack-sized nicety that you say about trauma and you wrap it up in this, like, therapy speak. I'm not about it, and I'm not tolerating it, and it's dangerous, and stop saying it to people. Stop saying weird shit like that. You're not Native American. You have a salon. You cut hair. Shut the fuck up and cut the hair. Bitch. Who should we click on? This is a submission from Monster, by the way. This is from a woman, so I'm not even being mean.
How do you know this? Hair does hold a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So you can either...
Oh, yeah, of course it does. Really? If that was a right-wing conspiracy theory on X, would you be agreeing with that? Would you? I don't think you would. But since this one happens to be a new agey, different kind of thing, you're with it, huh?
share with me, or you can keep it to yourself. Okay. What are we letting go of today with our hair?
So Santa Claus is real, right? Yeah, of course he's real. So when we cut our hair, Santa Claus is going to like us more and he's going to bring us more presents at Christmas. Yeah, of course. Yes, of course I believe that. Yes. Of course, Mercury is in retrograde.
10-year, 11-year
Of course
bad
it is.
relationship. And it was me starving for...
Of course it's the blood moon. Of course it is.
Body at the beach down in...
The other day, I was sitting down with one of my coworkers, and we were kind of talking about where they saw themselves in their career, and kind of discussing our industry. And this idea kind of came up, and they said to me,
"This is also the problem with people too when they like cut hair. They're like, my industry. Well, the thing about my industry, why ain't you cut hair?" You know when people have a job where they technically have, like, clients, and they'll start conversations with, well, the other day, one of my clients said to me, and it's like, just say customer. You know what I mean? When people are trying to couch it like it's a patient, like that a doctor is seeing, you know what I mean? That shit pisses me. I catch people saying that all the time. They're like, my client the other day. Well, the thing is, in my industry, guy who thinks his job is more important than it is. It's okay if you like your job. I think that's great if you love your job. Don't make me buy into your bullshit about how important and precious your bullshit is. I don't give a fuck. I'm judging you based off of your soul. I'm judging you based off of, whether or not I like spending time with you. I'm judging you based off of your ideas in your brain. And do they interest me? Does it fascinate me? Do you have interesting theories? Are you true to yourself? Have you betrayed yourself? Are you funny? Are you interesting? Are you intelligent? Are you endearing? Are you kind? I don't give a fuck. If you have a degree, it's the last thing I'm thinking about. The last thing I'm thinking about when I meet people is what the hell do they do for a living? That's the last thing on my mind, man. I don't give a damn. In fact, if you ever had a moment like at a thing where you meet somebody, and if you really have chemistry, you might not, after a while, you might finally ask, hey, what do you do for a living, by the way? If someone's boring, you immediately know what they do for a living because you got nothing to ask them because they ain't got ideas up there. The thing about my industry, the industry of scissors and hair Shut the fuck up. I am cola drunk. I don't give a fuck anymore. You guys want to see? I'm going to get the people what they want. Gives a fuck. There we go. Just don't tell my wife. My client? Well, the thing about my industry is often my clients... This is me. Chairs, to me, chairs are for laying down. They're not for sitting. I think sitting is bullshit and it can fuck off. Sitting can eat my ass and my nuts and lick my dick. I hate sitting. Laying down rocks. Fuck chairs.
You know, looking around, it's hard to give a shit about this right now. And I agree.
Yeah.
When we look at what's happening in Iran, when we look at what's happening in Palestine, when we look at what's happening here in Kansas, across the country, in our backyards, in our front yards, with our neighbors, with our friends,
Shit,
with our
making this
family,
about
it's hard to
cutting
wake up
hair.
every day and
You're
give
making
a
this
shit
about
about
cutting
the
hair,
beauty
bitch.
industry. I get that.
You
Now,
cut fat gay people's hair and you're making it about Iran. Oh my god, that's incredible. Like, people are being blown up with big missiles, bombs, angels of death dropping from the sky, obliterating people, turning them to the dust. And you're like, what does this have to do with dyeing people's hair green? Let me think here. This has something to do with living in Kansas and making my clients look like Krusty the Clown. Is anybody following me on this? This is exactly like cutting hair in Kansas for fat gay guys.
we are providing a luxury service. A luxury service not everybody can afford. In fact, I would even venture to say...
Oh, you know she charges like $300 to make people look like... I mean, people are walking out of there looking like Coolio from the Keenan and Kel intro. They're looking like black guys from Cabrini Green. Like crazy, like experimental, weird shit that like... that who's the black guy? Who's the black guy? Everybody likes his art now. He has that skull that went for a lot of money. Why can't I think of him? Suits really like him. Black guy, he died of like crack and when he was like 24 and he grew up in Brooklyn. It's a name that you don't pronounce it the way it looks. Can't remember his name. Who gives a shit? He has that weird skull. He was like on heroin. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Trying to remember it. It doesn't matter. Let's focus on the gay lady. Yeah, it's George Floyd. So it says it's George. The famous painter, George Floyd. He's kind of like he's a Basquiat. Yeah, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Basquiat. He's kind of in the same vein as that gay guy who drew stick figures that people thought was really good because he was an AIDS guy. He got AIDS in his eyes or something. And at the end he was like, the AIDS is in my eyes, and he would draw with markers and it looked like it was like little like tribal like it feels like a white guy that like hung out at like Low End Theory too much and should have got his ass beat type of shit. Kenneth something. I forget his name, but it sucks ass and fuck him. I'm sad he died of AIDS or whatever, but yeah, Keith Haring, he sucks shit too. Fuck him. He sucks my ass. Everything I've seen of him is just like stick figures and little squiggles. It looks like one of those fighting games that you would play on like a website called like miniclips.com in like 2010. on your mom's computer where it's like a stick figure that shoots an M16 and you can obliterate people with grenades. Like that's what people would pay millions of dollars for. If you didn't know, it was a cool, young, hip, gay guy who died of AIDS who was with it. You would not give a fuck about any of his stuff. Someone says Basquiat rocks cock. No, I think he's good. I didn't say he was bad. Jean-Michel Basquiat, I did not say he's bad. I didn't say he was bad. I'm talking about Keith Haring now. He sucks dick. I didn't say Jean-Michel. I don't even know why I'm talking about him, actually. I forgot who submitted this. I'm sorry I'm not crediting
A mask. This administration is horrible. They're kidnapping our neighbors, they're supporting genocide, they're taking away our rights and blaming trans people and immigrants for it. I don't trust a single thing they say. Right? And normalizing the spread of disease. Well, actually, I think the administration is right about that one thing, and I trust them completely. Why would they want me to go back to work, potentially disable and kill people they don't like? They clearly have our best interests in mind, and it totally doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I don't like wearing masks. You're so silly and clearly overreacting.
Me. Me when you're not wearing an N95 mask inside my apartment. You did not just not wearing a N95 mask on my couch. You son of a bitch.
Talking to leftists who still won't wear a mask. This administration is horrible. They're kidnapping our neighbors, they're supporting genocide.
It feels like these people kind of live in Animal Crossing. Like they're so emotionally stunted and live in a fantasy world. This is a game you would play on the Wii for like 6 minutes at your cousin's house and be like, why do you have this game? You are so gay. They picture themselves like Wii characters. You got to be so dead inside to decorate your house like this, to dress like this.
There's 689
completely
anti-trans
dead.
bills active in the US right now. ICE murdered Linda Davis, a disabled education teacher.
You just can't go Nickelodeon like that, man. You can't go full Nickelodeon. I'm going to have to assume you're a pedophile. I'm sorry. You're so emotionally stunted, I'm going to assume you're attracted to children. Just is what it is. That's on you. That's not on me.
If you care about abolishing ICE, freeing Palestine, and fighting fascism, you should be wearing a mask right now if you can. And if you felt a little bit of discomfort being called out like that and are about to scroll away, please stay here and sit in that discomfort, because it could literally save someone's life. No, COVID didn't magically disappear when your government lifted mandates. Mind you,
They love to use the word magic. Constantly talking about magic. They can only feel comfortable if they sleep inside of a kindergarten classroom. These are people that don't have kids. But this house would be perfect for a child. And they're hogging it all to themselves. They've got children's toys everywhere.
if you hate loud noises so much as an autistic
Stuffed
person,
animals.
why do you like listening to loud music? This is a question I see a lot. And
This is
the
a
answer
question I see a lot, and the answer is I'm faking it. The answer is choice. I get to choose what I can become. I get to choose to have things that I am powerless to when it is convenient to matching up the personality I have chosen. That's my answer.
is choice. For someone whose sense of avoiding to sound, it's not surprising that unexpected loud noises, like traffic noises, TV blaring, something dropping, would be jarring. But one way
I'm a boring narcissist. My life revolves around me being very patronizing and explaining things to people. Hi, I'm the explainer archetype. I need to be constantly explaining things to you, and, well, basically every conversation I have is like reciting a syllabus of a course that I just took.
come with me to dye my colorful hair as an autistic person. So I have bright colored hair and am majorly sensory avoiding, which makes this very challenging. But it's why I don't dye it myself. I can't hold up my hands
Was that her pretending to stem?
for long and get too overwhelmed dealing with dye, and that is a privilege because hair salons cost a lot before the appointment. I usually do the same.
You know she owns this house, and You know she's never had a job. Life's so unfair, man. You know how expensive it is to be this retarded?
Things I used to hide that actually were autistic traits. Counting eye contact. I literally counted 1, 2, 3, look away because I was told I stared too much. Practicing conversations. I would simulate most conversation in advance, otherwise I wouldn't know what to say. Eating the same food every day. I avoided dining out, and only those closest to me knew I ate the same foods for 10 plus years. Buying multiples of clothing. I really struggled with finding comfy clothes, so when I did, I'd buy multiples in different colors. My special
Dude, I mean, who is not identifying with 7 out of 10 of
interest.
these things?
I was ridiculed a lot for my interests growing up, so I didn't tell anyone about them for years. Watching the same movies and shows. I watched the same movie every night growing up because it brought me comfort. Scheduling every minute of my day. I simply couldn't get multiple.
Oh, me? I'm Pee Wee Herman, but gayer. Oh, me? No, I didn't understand Paul Rubens' character was a character. I thought you could really be that. You know how Paul Rubens invented that character as a joke for us to laugh at? For a comedic vehicle? Well, he taught me it was okay to be weird. What if David Bowie thought he actually was Ziggy Stardust? These are the questions I ask myself.
Recent secondhand finds. 1988 Tyco Lego phone. 1993 Crayola coin bank.
Man, this is way worse than I thought. Oh, she's talking about Palestine too. Please go off on the jet. Song's currently unavailable. She's making it about disability justice. Okay, well, I mean, they're disabled, I guess, after, you know, they get their limbs blown off, but
Some ways to start unmasking your autism. Try to identify when and where you're masking traits most overtly. Is it work, school, or specific social settings? Is it only certain people? Try to listen to your body and mind. Are you pushing through discomfort? Are you drained after certain activities? Discover and reconnect with your sensory profile. What scents, textures, sights, tastes, noises feel horribly wrong?
she's in like a 5-bedroom house, man. This is man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Some of the best people you've ever met have so little in this life, and it's not from lack of working. And to see her walk from bedroom to bedroom, her life is, I mean, look at it. Her life is consumerism. That's her. She's not autistic. She's not any of these things. She's a consumer, which makes her boring. She does her real job, which is being a good little goyim, and she consumes all day long. She's buying, decorating, spending money, making that economy go around. Being a good little goyim. That makes you boring. Makes you very, very boring. Rich trust fund people will often spend years decorating their house and getting it in order, and they'll talk to you about it. It's all they talk about. All they talk about is, you know, Art Deco is in now, mid-century is out. Every time you go over their house, they have all this new furniture, and all these, they show you from room to room. They're still in between jobs, but they're still looking for something. I mean, think about, like, Richard Farnsworth from The Straight Story and his kind of situation, and how he was the salt of the earth guy with Sissy Spacek and everything, and she's building birdhouses out of, like, little pieces of plywood she finds on the side of the highway, and crying about, like, how the state took her son away. Then there's this. Someone who suffers so little, they have to invent their own suffering as if it's a book they're writing. There's no meaning in their life. I mean, look, she bought a big Bulbasaur to put on top of her. What is that?
If you take selfies like this, you're autistic. If you have a specific spoon, you're autistic. If you sleep like this, you're autistic.
No. Stop pathologizing everyday things as autistic traits.
That
Not
is
only
you,
have
though.
videos
That's
invalidating
literally you.
autistic folks who don't do these things, but it waters down autistic criteria
She's
into
doing the
vague, quirky
Nickelodeon
personality
orange.
traits
Man,
instead of ones that
we
are
should
based
have
in
ended on
science
this.
and
I'm getting
actually
pissed off.
disabling. Just because something on the internet is relatable doesn't mean it's true. There is no one thing that proves you're autistic, and there's a reason why
I
the
mean,
testing process
what is
takes
she
so long.
reading? Was that a coloring book? God damn it.
And the criteria has many components. Autism is a spectrum, and there's no one look, activity, or thing that we all universally do. Hope that helps. Bye. If you take selfies like this, you're autistic.
My autistic self saying, yeah, I had a really busy day. The day in question. Having one activity planned and being stuck in waiting mode 3 hours before, finally leaving for said activity, only to return an hour later and spend the rest of the day debriefing, recharging, and sleeping. My autistic self saying,
Camps. We need camps. We need camps.
My chain. My chain. My chain. My chain. Don't you like my chain?